Wow. Yeah, that was my first read. I was just like, word, like, cause I ain't really hear it. I really didn't tap into any news streams today. So. But I mean, it it doesn't surprise me. It's business as usual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You can't say he didn't get school popping. He got a notoriety. He got a winning streak.
Yeah.
Good trajectory. So they might be able to just get somebody else in there, just continue the momentum, continue the success. But then he's on to what he may consider bigger, broader horizons. So things like this be business plans. Like, we never know what he wanted out of anything in the first place. Did he ever say, like, this was about the movement, this was about Black empowerment? Did he ever say that himself?
He told the people, like, yo, if I get an offer.
I just don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Told them no. Yo, we are back. Another edition of Chillin with Caleb, where we just sitting it down, chopping it up. Aaron, I just broke the news to you, man. I got primetime Deion Sanders. He left, bro, Jackson, Mississippi for Boulder, Colorado, my guy.
Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah, bro. It was wild because me and my brother, we were talking about it. Uncle Mike, shout out to you. We told him back in September, I said, bro, anytime you see us winning, then my phone calls gonna start ringing. And I think we truly don't understand the outside society of sometimes all the time, they want our culture, our vibe, but when they see us doing it for us, it's like, how can I just disrupt them being independent and make them dependent again upon me? I get it at the same time, right? Prime time, they just won the SWAC championship game. They dominated all year, undefeated last year. They only lost 2 games, one in the regular season, one in a bowl game. So they just dominated quickly. But you just got the #1 recruit in the country, Travis Hunter, to come to a HBCU that made history. You were building up the staff. You were building up everything. And when that traction started being built, and you could see white coaches in the SEC being scared because it's like, he doesn't need us, and you got HBCUs that's popping. And then the moment he starts popping, the offers come in. And I'm not trying to throw shade at all, but Colorado hasn't had a winning season in almost 25 years.
Right.
But in the same breath, I get it because they're in the Pac-12. It's a major D1 school. You play USC, you play Oregon, you can play Ohio State, you can play Michigan. Like, you're on that national stage. Unlike an HBCU, but Primetime made Jackson State a national stage. But then the bread also, he's going to get $5 million a year. His assistant coaches, they're going to get at least 6 figures plus a year now, instead of just making $30,000-$40,000 a year. So their families' lives change. But Aaron, when is it for us not become about the bag? Don't get me wrong, Deion, congrats, because I feel like he's going to make an impact anywhere he goes. He's Primetime.
Right.
But Aaron, how do you feel? Because when I first told you, was like, yo, for real? And I think that was everybody's initial feeling at first. Yo, for real? So from your own perspective, how did it feel knowing that Primetime is no longer at a premier HBCU?
Wow. Yeah, that was my first read. I was just like, word? Like, cause I ain't really hear it. I really didn't tap into any news streams today. So. But I mean, It doesn't surprise me. It's business as usual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You can't say he didn't get school popping. He got a notoriety. He got a winning streak.
Yeah.
Good trajectory. So they might be able to just get somebody else in there, just continue the momentum, continue the success. But then he's on to what he may consider bigger, broader horizons. So things like this be business plans. Like, we never know what he wanted out of anything in the first place. Did he ever say, like, this was about the movement, this was about Black empowerment? Did he ever say that himself?
He told the people, like, yo, if I get an offer.
I just don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He told them, no. Like, if I get an offer, I'm going to entertain that.
Yeah, see, there you go. So, like, we're like, yeah, Primetime, Deion Sanders, about the movement. Yeah, he's giving back and all that. He did, and he did. But like I said, did he ever proclaim or profess out of his mouth that this is what I'm doing, this is for the culture, I'm sticking with it, all the other black coaches need to get with HBCUs so we can do this together.
Wow.
And over
Facts.
10, 15 years, this is going to be this.
Yeah.
If he never said it, then that means that everybody else just put the narrative around the event of him being there, and he just rocked with it. He never denied it. He didn't ever accepted it, but everybody just made the aura around him, and he was just like, hey, it benefits me. I'm just let it rock out. As soon as he gets the call, then he's like, hey, on to the next one.
Yeah, and he said that. He was like, either you elevate or you get terminated.
And there you go. And then another thing too is just like with businesses, it's like usually people create a business to build the value up to sell it. So it's kind of like you build building himself up because I mean he's prime time. We know him, Deion, baseball, football.
Yeah.
Right. And he had to build his value up and resume up as a coach. So he was like, newbie at coaching. So he built it up, got some wins,
Got popping.
got his value up, and he sold out while he's hot. And you can't knock him.
That's what I said too.
You can't knock him. It's not an emotional thing. Business is business, you know what I'm saying? Whether winning or losing now. He left an impression. So like instead of saying like maybe like he sold out or anything like that, just be like, yo, you know what, the years that he was there, he made an impact, changed some lives and inspired some young boys. Put the battery in the back for them to do better. Gave him self-awareness.
Come on.
And all of the good stuff and just take it like that, and it is what it is. He's a human. He's, you know what I'm saying? Like, we tend to not put people on pedestals, but put expectations on people, but we never know what he wanted out of his mission or his tenure there.
Facts, bro. That's a bar because it's like, it's so nuanced because I saw firsthand how much Deion had to go through. Like his docuseries, I encourage y'all, Barstool Sports on YouTube, check that out. Think about when he first got there, it was a COVID year. That fall semester, I think that COVID year as well, in the spring, they had a water crisis, one of two water crises, because they had another one this past year. So he has to go through not even having water for his players, having a shower inside of a pool. He had to donate at least half of his salary just to finish the team's locker room. He paid for the team's practice field. He put turf in the fields. Ticket sales went crazy. Number one, FCS school, HBCUs and PWIs included. Jackson State was number one in attendance with over 60,000 fans coming to the games. That's NFL numbers. I think they said the economy got stimulated to having over $30 million plus than what they initially had. So he was a walking stimulus package. You had celebrities such as Rick Ross, Gilly the Kid, Wallow, Key Glock. You had the, who else? I'm missing out on various other names. Snoop would pull up. P Valley, the whole cast. So you had celebrities and exposure coming to the game, College Game Day. But it also draws more nuance again, that's the word, because when we really just try to take a step back and just think about what transpired is that when we have schools like a FAMU, a Jackson State, Alabama State, Southern, Howard, wherever, all the premier black colleges that you could possibly think of, when you also have the white traditional SEC schools like Alabama, Bear Bryant realized when they played USC, it was a black player, one of the only few black players. He dominated on the field. And Bear Bryant was like, yo, I think we're going to have to integrate. And he was a big segregationalist. And after losing to a black player on USC when Alabama played them, he was like, all right, I'm going to have to give in. And what did he start doing? He started getting the top black players from HBCUs. And now we've never looked back. And I think just a microcosm of what is so crazy to me is when LSU played Alabama in 2019, Donald Trump, he pulled up to the game, right? You got Joe Burrow, LSU, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. These are all pro NFL players now. Tua at quarterback, Jalen Waddle at Bama. So this was a big game, and Donald Trump pulls up to the game. You're talking about predominantly black players on both sides, and the fans pause the game, stand in ovation, and they're chanting Donald Trump. You have all black players playing this game. And I remember in that moment back in 2019, before Prom even went to Jackson State, I said, yo, this is disgusting. Because they basically just told you, you're our entertainment, but when it's time for politics and how I really see y'all, the power stops for y'all on the field. For us in the press box, the coaching staff, we got this. But on the field, We don't really need y'all.
Yeah.
How many black head coaches have you seen for UGA, Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss, and Aaron? Like what we talked about with Kyrie, Ole Miss is the fighting rebels. I hate seeing black players.
Yeah.
That's like Jewish players playing for the Ole Miss Nazis.
Yeah.
That's a conflict of interest, bro.
Word up, right.
So seeing HBCUs and what Prime did, it was amazing, but we can't cry about it.
Yeah.
He had to do what he had to do. At the end of the day, he was a gem. Like, he's not going to be there forever.
Right.
I wish that he was.
Yeah.
But now what this takes is somebody else has to step up to the plate. We have to keep cultivating HBCU sports.
Right.
We have to own our sports.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to understand that there will be coaches, just like in any other league, any other conference, who will go on to what they perceive to be greener pastures. But we got to keep doing what we got to do and make our stuff pop and not lose it. But
Yeah, right.
how
All
you
those
feel?
celebrities, they should just keep supporting. Like, just keep popping up. No, you don't have to stop just because primetime isn't there. Just keep supporting. Like, donate if you donated. Keep showing up.
Yeah,
Getting, bringing attention to the schools.
that's it.
And just keep doing it. Like, you don't gotta stop just because he's not there.
We have a Jesus complex where somebody has to be our Messiah.
Gotta do it.
And if that person's not there, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
And what we got to just lock into is that he showed you, and that's what we got to be grateful for. He showed you a blueprint.
Showed you the blueprint.
We have to invest. We have to provide entertainment, education at the same time. Edutainment when it comes to our sports, when it comes to our lifestyle, our schooling, and also alumni.
Right.
I'm going to charge y'all to the game. Think about this, right? Maybe if y'all gave back more, Jackson State would have had $5 million a year to give somebody like Deion.
Right.
But our HBCU grads, and that's a tough conversation, don't give back enough. We can say, I went to this school, I went to that school, but are you giving back to that school? Because a school like Colorado, they can have a losing season for 25 years, Aaron, but they can still have $60 million in the budget.
More publicity than, HBCUs
Because
and
they
all
still
that
give
stuff.
back.
The D1.
It don't matter who the head coach is. It doesn't matter who the school president is. They understand how to be on code. And I think we learned a very valuable lesson. It's a fact. If they had more money to offer, Deion would be there. And can we kind of be honest? You might have exhausted Deion too. He
Yeah. That's the
had to give up half my salary just to finish a locker room.
Yeah, and then like somebody could say like, yo, well, times might have been getting hard. He didn't stick through tough times, but what if him going there, he was already in tough times and he stuck through it for the tenure that he was there? It was tough. And then like sometimes, like we said, we be putting expectations on people. Like, what if like his net it wasn't like positive, or like it's like the juice. I mean the juice wasn't worth the squeeze at that point. It's like putting a lot more effort and time than it's way more input than the output. And so maybe it just wasn't just literally like worth like, and people be tripping off of money. Like, money is important, man. Like, it's not everything, but your money's important, bro. Like, cause you got time.
Half
you
your salary
for your time. Half the salary. Come on, man.
before
It's like,
taxes.
before taxes and all that stuff. So you can't be all up in people's pockets and stuff like that. But like money is important. So you can't shake somebody for like not thinking that they're getting paid what they're worth, or whatever their efforts isn't getting compensated for properly. So you can't hold that against them. You know what I'm saying? But another thing I want to take it to a different level is entertainment, right? Just think back old Roman times, Coliseum,
that's right.
stuff like that. I mean, the football field, the way this fields are structured,
It's literally called
it's
Coliseum.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Bro. It's like, so all that is entertainment. Entertainment is just a distraction anyway. It's to have fun, and fun as like, it's fun is like, I think etymologically is like means stupid. Oh no, nice means stupid. But like having fun is like, it's not a positive thing. It means you're slacking off and goofing off, like really. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's a good, like, we just put too much into entertainment, period. You know what I'm saying? Because it's cool to have a nice little distraction, but it's more of a break from what really matters.
That's a
like
fact.
Friends, family, health, making smart decisions and, life things. The entertainment stuff is cool. Now, the people that are professional entertainers, just there's enough evidence. There's like entertainment, that business has been around for a long time. Right? So with that being said, you have a lot of precedents to study and analyze what goes on in these businesses.
Pattern.
So, you have cases where people get in deals and contracts and things like that, and they don't know first, and then they learn, and then you get burnt. And then if they survive long enough, they have a chance to rectify their situations and then actually get fairly compensated and continue on. But there's enough evidence, there's enough stories, there's enough everything out there to be like, okay, if I want to do this, this is what I'm getting into, right? So there's a cap on entertainment. It's a role in it's a piece of a larger picture. You have your politics, you have like your business class, you have your entertainers, you have different pieces of society and civilization. Entertainment is a realm where everybody goes to take a break. It's entertaining, it's for fun, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think I'm gonna just use the word idols, right? Or models, not necessarily a role model and all that stuff, but they're a model and they become icons just because they're put in front of people and they're visible. It's due to the visibility, right? So the images and everything of the entertainers, doesn't matter if it's sports, music, whatever, entertainment field of it, they're out there so people can see them, right? So that's a big part of society because their image and likeness is out there and people can start to, get used to or start buying into that person's likeness and image. But that's really all it is. And whatever stories and interviews that you see, that's all you know. You don't know the person. You don't know what is going on in their lives. That's one side of it. And then in the bigger picture, entertainment is like used. So we can see it when election time's coming on, like how politicians use entertainers.
That's right.
Because some entertainers have bigger voices than politicians and stuff. So it's a game, right? So it's one big game of getting clout tokens, right? So, when you mix in politics and when you see talking heads and then now it's the Neon Deion thing going, but I don't know how it's fresh, so I don't know what's kind of going to go on with that. But then we just have, okay, we had the Ye stuff. We had, well, not Ye, but the Kyrie stuff, right? That's sports, right? So let's keep it sports, right? You had the sports thing. Then you had the Jerry Jones issue. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and that was like, that incident went on back in those days, Jim Crow era, and you had the white students blocking the black students from going into school and stuff like that. I mean, that's a political thing. And so now Jerry Jones is sports. And so that's like a dichotomy of politics and sports right there. And then so this entertainment thing, it's fun. It's a good break. It's good, like if there's a fight going on, take the lady out, take the kids out to watch a boxing match. Cool, nice getaway for a couple hours. Then you're back to your regular life. Go to a football game on Sundays, Saturdays, high school on Fridays. Good, it's a nice break. You know what I'm saying? And then you go back. Don't put so much emphasis on this entertainment stuff. It's just entertainment. It's a nice break, And then, but on the good side, I don't want to just totally crap on sports and entertainment because, like, especially if sports, like when you're a child, when you're a young boy, young lady, sports instills a lot of good principles into it, and it's a good way. So I understand why, like, if you're good at sports and you make it your life, I get it. I totally understand it, but you just have to know its place in society and its role. And it's business, so business still comes down to contracts. It still comes down to what you sign.
That's right.
And it all comes down to those basic things that are in society, just period. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep that stuff in mind.
Bro, that's a bar because it's, again, man, with Deion, we just have to understand that it's not the end all be all. Jerry Jones situation, seeing that of, again, dichotomy, like what you said, of seeing how, Kyrie, he was treated, and then Jerry Jones, we got people like Stephen A. saying, oh, that was so long ago, wooty woo. But again, if he was...
Still happened, though.
Still happened.
Can't deny the fact that
Bro, we had people, young black people's lives who were threatened. Some of them were mentally never the same after those experiences. And mind you, again... And I hate having to do it, but this is the only way how it can make sense to people. If this was Anne Frank and you saw a concentration camp, and we've seen there's Netflix docs of Nazi officers who were just around and involved who get arrested 60, 70 years later, and they still have to go to prison. So guilty by association is a real thing. And to me, those values don't change. I don't care from 14 to 60. To me, once you're racist and that type of racist, there's no coming back from that. I don't care what you say.
Because that was the culture back then.
Come on.
So that's where he comes from.
It's instilled in you.
It's his core. It's just like if you move out of your neighborhood, then you let's say from the East Coast somewhere, and then you go to the West Coast for like
it's
20
instilled
years,
in
and
you.
you come back, you go back to your neighborhood, it's like your instincts kicking, like, damn, I haven't seen this in a minute. Let me go by here, see what's changed over here. Let me see.
And I'm still doing it.
It's your core.
It's your core. Oh, we got IUIC calling right now. Y'all, hey, we keeping it live with it, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. On the way out, we got IUIC. Coming up, it's gonna be a great conversation, Bishop Nathaniel. But shout out to the team. This has been another Chillin' with Caleb. Yo, Aaron, we appreciate you, bro.
Boom.
Hey, we had to end on short notice, as y'all see, but we love y'all, and we'll see y'all soon. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay woke. Congrats, Deion. Much love to you.
Congrats.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna chop it up again. Peace.
Bang.